It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Every day I wake up, Ohio!
Good evening, and welcome to the very first show of Bear With Me. I'm your host, Zoe Peterson, and no, I don't own a suit that fits me. So, what exactly is Bear With Me? Bear With Me is a satirical news show dedicated to giving you the headlines we consider our Bearcat best. Think humor for the younger generation that Saturday Night Live hasn't quite caught on to yet, mixed with local jokes only you and the guy that unicycles down Clifton might get. So, why don't we get started with some recent events? Congratulations! You survived Blink and made it to Monday. If you got to go out and see those lights, or meant to but then got lost in OTR, I hope you still had a good time. This year's Blink did, however, receive some slightly negative reviews from residents, such as, "There's nowhere to park," "I've been waiting for food for 30 minutes when it was cheaper at the vendor 3 stalls down," and "Is this the second time they've played a 6-minute rendition of the song Havana?" Residents would also be shocked to find out that this is actually just any festival in the Cincinnati area. If you feel yourself starting to stress over midterms as we head out of that fun festival time period and into the fall schlump, just remember that UC has a new free mental health service. The Calm app is available for a 1-year free subscription. Said everyone who received this email. Okay. And now a word from our other new mental health sponsor.
Hey you, curled up in the shape of a burrito on your couch. Are you depressed? Yeah, that's what I thought. Then maybe you need to try touching grass. That's right. Invented by the University of Cincinnati for the chronically online, Grass is a free-to-use, sod-based platform that you can walk right outside and touch. That's right, folks. For the low, low price of getting up off your couch, you can touch grass today. Grass helps with several symptoms, such as screen fatigue, believing that JFK was shot and killed by the CIA, which maybe he was. I don't know. I listened to this podcast recently. Hang on, folks.
We're with the FBI.
What do you mean?
You're going to have to come with us.
You'll never take me alive. It's grass.
Comes in green and the occasional brown. Free wherever dirt is present. Grass is not associated with fresh air or trees. The Ohio Renaissance Festival is still in full swing, and I got to try it out for the very first time. So I'd like to talk to you about my experience as a non-Ohioan attending the Ren Fair. Here are just some of my favorite moments. The difference between the people who want to work there and the people who don't and got pushed into it is staggering. If you watch a fairy roll around in a stone playground for 5 minutes, like clapping at you and blowing bubbles and making this magical moment out of it, it's wonderful. But the poor guy that watered the sand and got mud all over his tunic for 10 minutes before the jousting tournament, he's just a guy that works there and you feel really bad for him. And I also found out that I knew way more about medieval Renaissance and torture devices than my boyfriend. Do with that what you will. And speaking of medieval torture devices, to the couple trying on leather handcuffs, we saw you. I saw you, and I heard you ask if they were tight enough. They were, buddy. They were. However, if you were also in that same shop and you were the guy that was dressed as the off-brand Viggo Mortensen from Lord of the Rings, who helped me to instruct on how to tie my cloak properly while my boyfriend held the strings, and then after doing so, turned away and told me I had the prettiest brown eyes of any creature living, please find me and follow me around and be my permanent medieval hype man. That was a life-changing experience that I won't go into detail with on a news show. So thank you for that. And finally, I'd like to give a shout out to my favorite sign I saw in this entire Renaissance Park, which rivals Kings Island. You may think it beckons me to buy turkey legs or says that it has ye olde mugs. But no, this sign had a crude drawing of a woman with a falcon on her wrist, and all it said was, "Hold a bird, $10. I have no idea why. So, please go check out the Ohio Renaissance Festival now through October 30th. I think it's time that we actually talked about some costumes. But as big of a Halloween fanatic as I am, I'm actually struggling this year. So I thought I'd call out a special friend to help me. It's the ghost that lives in the bottom of my Clifton apartment.
Your end is coming. Do not fight the eternal void.
Yeah, Dementors might be an option. That's kind of a less common costume. Okay. Do you like Harry Potter? Oh, okay. There you go. That's fun. What do you think about something that's an affordable costume, like a princess or basic? Yeah, I think that's a little basic too. Let me see. Do I have anything else written down? Sorry, we just broke the door that she was hiding behind for the last century in our house, and landlords won't fix anything else. So, what about an old twist on like classic or something like that? A new twist on an old classic? No. Okay, well, you gotta help me out here. What do you like? Is that can I show you? Cowgirl? You want to be like a rhinestone kind of like cowgirl? Okay. All right. If anybody knows where we can find a cowgirl costume for a 17th century ghost, please let me know. Thank you so much. You can do whatever you want now. You're free. Well, it looks like that's actually all the time that we have for tonight's episode. And I'd like to give a special thank you to Bearcast Media for allowing us to use this space, and BTV director Zach Worth. And please remember that if it looks like I've never done this before, it's because I haven't. Good night.